All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Shelley, and I am the Communications Manager for EPI's Marketing and Communications Department. Thank you all so much for joining us. Before we begin, there are just a few quick housekeeping rules to go over that will help the presentation run smoothly. First, please take a moment to make sure that your name on Zoom matches the first and last name that is listed on your EPI profile. If you need to update your name, just click on Participants, which should be located at the bottom of your screen. Click on the three dots next to your name and then rename. If you are joining us from a mobile device, the instructions are similar. Just tap on Participants, tap on your name, and then rename. We appreciate you doing this as it will help us with attendance and follow-up. Next, to help minimize background noise, we ask that you please stay muted throughout the presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat. We have Carrie and Lucy joining us, and they will be in the chat answering as many questions as possible. We will also be taking some time to address questions at the end of the presentation. And finally, for privacy reasons, we will not be answering any questions that are specific to your application. If you need any help with your application, please send an email to team@teachwithepi.com, and our admissions team will be happy to assist you. We are going to put that email address in the chat, and we will share it again at the end. Again, thank you all so much for being here. I am now going to pass it over to Jessica.
Thank you, Shelley, and hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. We are so happy that you could make it. So your hosts for today's presentation will be me, Jessica Boyd. I am the Marketing and Communications Team Leader, and we also have Austin Green, who is one of our Program Services Specialists. Near the end of today's webinar, we are also going to watch a video presentation from Monica Fernandez Lasso, who is one of our fantastic EPI alumni from Columbia. And during one of our previous webinars, she shared her experiences teaching in the USA. So we wanted to pass that along to you as well. So we're going to kick off today by talking about what EPI is. EPI is officially a cultural exchange program designated by the U.S. Department of State. We currently sponsor teachers in Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida. And we are a program that consists of thousands of teachers in over 450 schools. Our goal is to strengthen K-12 education by discovering and empowering the world's best international teachers in order to facilitate authentic cultural exchange. The results include teachers and students that become lifelong learners, embrace 21st century skills, and serve as change agents in an interconnected world of understanding. So why choose EPI as your sponsor to teach in the US? We pride ourselves in providing both benefits and assistance to all teachers in our program. So we're going to start off by talking about the benefits. EPI has no application or placement fee. We offer a competitive salary that is comparable with the salary of any teacher with a similar background and experience also teaching in the United States. We give all teachers participating in our program a no-interest loan and a US cell phone. And EPI also offers every program member 24/7 on-demand cultural, instructional, and wellness support for any challenges they might have while in the United States. Participating in our program also provides a lot of benefits for people in your home country and the United States as part of our partnership. As a program, we help schools in both countries prepare their students for a global economy. You'll get the opportunity to promote your country's ideas, values, and traditions while in the United States. And you'll also be able to connect teachers in your home country with incredible educators around the world as you introduce them to your American and EPI colleagues. As an example of everything this partnership can accomplish, We have a video today of Milton, one of our alumni from Bolivia, discussing the opportunities EPI provided him both inside and outside the classroom. So here is his story.
My name is Milton. My students call me Mr. V, and I teach Spanish in a high school in North Carolina. I am originally from Bolivia, South America. I have always been active in education, and to me, the most rewarding part of being a language teacher is precisely listening to my students communicate in the target language. Something we do every day, like ordering food in a restaurant, saying hello, for example, sounds so natural. And that's what makes language, alive and meaningful to them. Global Schools is an initiative involved with a network of schools all over the world that collaborate, that implement plans to use our resources in a better way in order to guarantee a better future for next generations. Global Schools has power to connect schools across the globe, and I'm planning to start the Global Schools in Bolivia. I had the opportunity to talk at the International Conference of Sustainable Development in New York. My presentation was achieving the goals one student at a time. And it is precisely that. When we teach, we offer this incredible chance for the kid to listen about the global goals in each and every subject they take. This world is their world, actually. They are just waiting for their turn to take over, and that means, the sooner they act, the better. Since I was a child, NASA has always been in my heart. All of a sudden, I got this invitation to participate in a little program they have, Observe the Moon Night. And what they wanted was somebody to tell cultural stories about the moon. I gave them 3 stories to choose from, so they show them to the rest of the world. I applied to judge contests. I participated even by naming the last rover that went to Mars, Perseverance. Electing that name, I was as happy as the contestant. The first year was probably the most challenging. You have to make friends as fast as you can, because that's the period where you really have to adapt to the new things. Principals and vice principals, my mentor, the resources manager, are always there to help you. So building that network, I would say, is one of the key things to do. I would definitely consider EPI for another round. I am very grateful and thankful for EPI support. We know that they are there, and that's a very reassuring feeling. I would like everybody to consider seriously joining EPI, because it opened doors to all these new experiences to me that are really rewarding.
So in addition to the benefits, we also have assistance that we provide for all of our placed teachers. We provide relocation and housing resources. We give flight reimbursement up to $750 for all of our teachers traveling to the United States. And once you arrive, we will help you set up a US bank account so that you have everything that you will need to thrive while in the United States. So now that we've covered some background on the program, we are going to break down the processes for becoming an EPI teacher, and we're going to start with the admissions process. Some of our eligibility requirements are that you are currently teaching, you have the equivalent of a US bachelor's degree, you have advanced English skills, and you have 2 years of full-time teaching experience. We also ask that you have a valid passport, professional profile picture, and proof of employment letter from your current school. Communication is one of the key parts of moving through the admissions process quickly. If you're waiting to upload some documents, let us know so that we can guide you to other areas of your application that you can work on while you wait for those documents to come to you. If you have specific preferences for placement, also let us know those so we can make notes and recommendations early on in the process, making it more likely for us to meet those requests. In terms of collecting the documents that are needed for the application, we recommend that you start that process now. Many of these documents can take some time to obtain. For example, we require official copies of your diplomas and transcripts, criminal record checks, and proof of employment letters from your previous schools. Other items we also ask for include all pages of your current and expired passports, references from supervisors and coworkers, home tie documentation, bank statements, and a credential evaluation. You will also need to complete 2 video call interviews with EPI team members. The first of these video calls is the pre-screen consultation. This is a 10 to 15-minute conversation where we are going to determine your J-1 visa eligibility, your placement recommendations, and your legal eligibility. Once you have passed the pre-screen consultation, you will then be invited to a more in-depth teacher qualification interview. This is a 20-minute interview that goes over topics such as classroom management, parent and student interactions, subject knowledge, and many more teaching subjects. At the end of the interview, you are also going to have a 5-minute recording session for what we call your video resume. So the video resume is a brief clip about you that will be used as your first impression with U.S. principals looking to interview EPI teachers. This is a very important video as it can lead to interviews with schools. So we ask that you come well prepared for that recording. After you do the pre-screen consultation, we send you the invitation. We are going to give you more information about that video so that you can be as prepared as possible. So then after all of that, you will then have about 5 minutes after both the TQI, the teacher qualification interview, and the pre-screen to ask any questions that you might have for us, the EPI team members. We recommend that you always come prepared with questions for any interview that you are invited to, whether it's with an EPI team member or a principal. As in the United States, having these questions demonstrates your engagement in the process and excitement for the opportunity. So once you have passed all interviews and provided all documentation listed, you will then be moved to what we call the approved stage. The approved stage is where you become eligible for principal interviews and begin the placement process. And I will be passing it off to Austin to go over the placement season.
Thank you, Jessica. Welcome, everybody. What we'll do next here is we're just going to take an in-depth look at the placement season. So through the end of the summer, EPI will begin connecting our approved teacher candidates with our partner schools here in the USA. So this is a pretty busy time here at EPI for us. So we encourage you to work through your application as quickly as possible. So that way we can just help connect you with our schools. Now, next here is kind of a visual timeline for our placement season. So EPI starts by recommending our candidates to schools that we think would be a good fit. Our team helps you create a video resume that schools can look at more to learn about you and also your teaching styles. When a school is interested in meeting with you, what we do is we arrange an interview and provide you with information about the position and the school. So our team will help you prepare for your interview, providing you with tips on how to make a great first impression as well. Now, after your interview, the school will let our team know if they are interested in proceeding, and the placement team here at EPI will contact you about the outcome. Finally, when you are offered a position at a school, we will deliver an offer letter to your email that will outline the contract and your offered salary. The process has a lot of stages, but don't worry, the entire EPI team is here to help you every step of the way. Now, we currently place teachers in these 5 states on the East Coast in the US. So, again, those states are West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and also Florida. Now, we're always accepting applications for teachers in all subjects, but some subjects typically have more openings than others. So, this is just a list of subjects that our partner schools are always looking for in teachers. Those subjects are mathematics, elementary education, special education, science, English language arts, world languages, music, and art. So, however, if you don't teach in any of these subjects listed, just know that there are still openings available for you. Now, I wanted to take a quick moment just to share with you some success stories from a couple teachers here at EPI. One of our standout Spanish language educators is Ina Manzanares from Honduras. And she was recently named her school's Teacher of the Year for 2025-2026. When reflecting on the recognition Ina shared with us, it motivates me to keep moving forward and to give my very best every day, thereby allowing me to bring honor to EPI and my country, Honduras. Thank you, EPI, for believing in me. Now, we are very proud of Ina's accomplishments and the meaningful role she plays in representing both her home country and the EPI community as a whole. Now, our next teacher here is Yvonne Lindano, an incredible Spanish teacher from Colombia. She was also named Teacher of the Year at her school. And this recognition reflects not only her dedication to students, but also the positive impact of cultural exchange in the classroom. So her passion, commitment, and hard work are an inspiration to everyone in her school and at EPI. Now, our final section for the presentation that we're going to go over is on onboarding process and what the support team at EPI provides for you. Now, before you arrive in the US, we will connect you with an onboarding representative. So they will be your main point of contact, both while you are preparing for your trip here as well as during your travel. Now, you will have the opportunity to meet with them over video for help with housing and other community resources that are going to be available to you. So they will also be communicating with you frequently over the phone and email. So that way you're always connected to our team. Now, we have a special EPI forum as well, where current program members can share tips for things such as like housing and purchasing a vehicle, for example. And this is really where teachers can post that they're looking for a roommate, or can also offer to sell some of their items that they don't need before returning to their home country. Now, one of the best part about EPI's onboarding process is our local liaisons. So these are current EPI teachers who are also placed in or near your school district. So what we'll do is we will connect you with an amazing teacher who will be your mentor and a resource for you while you are getting settled into your new school district and in the US. Our local liaisons are basically the heart of our teaching community, and they go above and beyond to help all of our first year teachers out. Now, another resource we provide for you is called the Community Onboarding Resources for Educators. So, this is also known as the CORE. You'll probably hear this word a lot. So, this is something that your onboarding representative will help you become very familiar with. And it's also where you can find a lot of resources and recommendations for affordable housing and transportation as well. So our support team works hard to keep the core full of the most up-to-date and useful information for you as well. So this is also where you will find a lot of the information about your school district and also the surrounding community as well. Now, really one of the most exciting moments of your start with EPI is going to be your orientation. So once you arrive in the US, you will take airport transportation to the hotel where EPI has set up for your in-person orientation. Now, orientation is full of important information. So, we will walk you through more of EPI's program rules and regulations, the expectations after you leave orientation, and also provide training on teacher wellness and professionalism. So, orientation is a lot of fun, and it will also be your chance to meet so many new colleagues from around the world. We also provide you with an online orientation training course that you will complete prior to your US arrival. So we have many resources to help you feel prepared for when you arrive at your new school. Now, just to kind of give you an idea and show you how great an event it can be, we have a video of highlights from this year's orientation as well. All right, so now the final step is post-arrival. So this is pretty much everything that comes after you have attended your in-person orientation with our team. So you will arrive in your community and work through the 30-day post-arrival plan that's going to be provided to you by your onboarding representative. So this representative will help you through a checklist just to make sure that all of your documents have been completed and also submitted correctly. They will also help you answer any other questions you may have as you get settled in to your new school district. Now, we provide lots of different types of support and ongoing professional development throughout your time in our program. So the three main types of support are cultural, instructional, and personal. So, for cultural support, we have resources available that can help you navigate culture shock and provide check ins with our trained support team, many of whom are actually former teachers themselves. We also have personal support, which helps with self-care and wellness strategies. So we know that navigating a new job in a new country can be daunting, which is why we are dedicated to providing help whenever you need it. So our staff can also provide you with professional development training just to help you grow as an educator during your time in our program as well. Now, lastly here, we'll just take a look at those professional development resources and what they look like. So EPI has our very own series of teacher education books, and it's called Launch Your Classroom Book Series. So by the same name, we also have online courses with many YouTube videos that provide instruction on classroom management, student engagement, building rapport, lesson planning, active learning, and so much more. So our support staff uses the Launch Your Classroom series when providing one-on-one coaching, and these resources are available for free for all of our program members. Now, we would just like to share a special presentation from one of our outstanding EPI teachers from Colombia, Miss Monica Fernandez Lasso. This is a talk where she previously recorded for EPI, where she reflects on her time in the program and offers advice to future applicants such as yourself. So, as you will learn in this video, Monica is an accomplished teacher who is dedicated to using her expertise to spread cultural awareness to students of all ages and abilities. Teachers like Monica are a testament to the power of cultural exchange education, and we're just delighted and so happy to share her insights with you today. So here is her presentation.
Right, now we're honored to introduce you to one of our standout Spanish immersion teachers, Monica Fernandez Lasso. Monica has been an education professional for 14 years, using her expertise in English as a foreign language teacher to bring world language skills to students of all ages, even adult learners. As part of her graduate studies, she researched strategies for teaching English to students with autism. Now with EPI, she's teaching elementary subjects in her native language to introduce U.S. students to Spanish using an immersion model. In addition to her work in the classroom, she's also been a valuable collaborator with EPI's communication team, sharing her story on many of our social media videos. Monica's dedication to her students is an inspiration to EPI and her school community. And today she'll be sharing her experiences and insight from teaching in the USA. We're thrilled to have her here and share her international teaching legacy with you. With that, here's Monica.
Thank you, Morgan, and thank you for the invite. Shelly, are you going to help me with the slides, right? Okay. Okay, so I am from Colombia, as Edward mentioned before. I'm from Cali. I started my EPI process on 2021 and came to the US on July 2022. I'm finishing my fourth year with EPI. I'm excited because I've been for many years now. I'm teaching at a school in a small town called Marion in North Carolina. I teach in a global magnet school, Eastfield. I'm a fifth grade teacher. I teach ELA, math, and science, where most of the instruction that I give is in Spanish. We have to do one part in English as the state exams require it. Well, this is a picture of me this is my first group that I have. They were the best group that I had because they were very welcoming. So I just wanted to share that picture in that slide. You can change, Shelly. Thank you. Okay, so the first year here is key for everything because it's the year where you grow and where you have a lot of challenges as well. So the two first challenges that I faced was housing and transportation and missing my family. I'm married and have a dog, and we decided for time, and my husband was still finishing a project back in Colombia. So I decided to come by myself. So that was the first challenge for me, facing everything that I had to do at the beginning with housing and transportation by myself. Well, housing here in Marion specifically was very difficult. It's a very small town, so available rentals were difficult to find. And the car, the same, affordable cars, but we managed that with the help of EPI. The good news with the housing is that EPI connected us from the beginning with the rest of the international teachers. And so we had the opportunity to meet in advance via Zoom, and we exchanged phone numbers and emails. So what we decided to just be together and find a place, and we got an Airbnb. So I think that was like the best option that we had, find an Airbnb for the first weeks here after the arrival and after the hotel that was provided by EPI. So that was a great opportunity for housing. The first weeks we decided to share an Airbnb, and while we got to know the area where we were living. So that's a good option that you will have. Next thing that I have, routines, adapting to a new schedule where summers can be long, where you have to go and work and just do everything by yourself. So you have to plan all the routines and get used to a routine by yourself. It took a little bit of time, but definitely that gave me a lot of independence, because as I told you, I was doing everything at home, fixing everything, doing the laundry, doing the furniture, grocery shopping, everything by yourself. So it can be overwhelming, but you get more independent and you get used to it. In the other hand, about classroom management, what I face here is that students are more used to like a rigid, and international teachers are perceived are as more flexible. So that was like something that a cultural shock that we had as international teachers very often. But with the support of the team, we just get adapted to the school policies and the rules and the norms without losing our essence as international teachers. Another fact that I faced was the fast pace, like all the fast environment, the assessments that we have to do, everything that we have to do at the same time, the planning, the meeting, everything can feel overwhelming. But as I said, support by the team, so everything will be just smooth. This comes with paperwork and expectations, communication with parents. We have a platform where you communicate with parents directly anytime, an app. So that I found that very nice. And something that was new for me was the sub plans and emergency plans in case of absence. That's something that we don't have in Colombia. So that was something new. And at first I didn't understand how to do it, but it's something that it works perfectly here. I like this system. I wanted to share something that surprised me, different from Colombia. I don't know in other countries, but teachers earn 1 day of sick leave per month, and these days are accumulative, and you can use it as a personal illness or family illness. So I found that very interesting. One mistake that helped me grow was that at the first year, I took a lot of work home. Planning had me overwhelmed. So I said, I have to work. So I sat in my kitchen, just working, figuring out planning, activities, looking for videos. I wanted to be like the great teacher. But then I found out that being the great teacher also needs to be rest. So I just said, I just have to organize more of my routine and just keep the work from school. And another moments that I felt overwhelmed was teaching math. This was my first time teaching math in Colombia. I taught English, science, and social studies. So it was my first time teaching math. But I had a good mentor, one of my colleagues, so guide me through all the math for 5th grade. So the first year was learning and at the same time teaching, but it was okay. Disruptive behavior, as I said before, we tend to be more flexible. So I had to learn a little bit more to learn how to be more rigid and trying to know another culture or mixed culture. For example, in my classroom, I had students from Mexico. I had another students from Venezuela and students from the US. So multicultural, it was challenging there. And as I said before, the planning has to be very specific, and every day has to be planned, very detailed. So that's something that I had to work a lot. And well, that's it from that. Okay, so building my community, this is like how all the support that I received and helped me adapt very easily in the first year. So first, the international teachers became as family. We, from the beginning, from the start, from the first day of school, we just got together, not only at school, but we started just hanging out on the at evenings, on the weekends, trying to just build that strong relationship. And it gets stronger because you are facing the same. You are in the same boat here. So we are like the best friends now. Support from the mentor teachers. So these are my two colleagues from 5th grade. They have been amazing. Every time that I needed something, I just knock on the door. Hey, I need this, I need that. What should I do with this? So it has been exceptional, the help that I received from the teachers. The admin support as well, and the professional development opportunities that the school has offered has been amazing. Letters, morphology. We have a lot of professional development throughout the year, so that will help. That definitely helps to meet new people and just connect with the other schools in the county. You can go next. Another way that I shared, built my community was, well, this is my classroom. I usually have a corner where I have posters and everything that has to do with my country. And I try to make it interactive so students could ask questions. So every week we have a news or a famous person from Colombia. So students will come and share it, and we can paste it there. I make them participate of this corner. So every time the posters will change depending on what we're talking about. I have all my rules and norms in Spanish. And well, this is a corner. Neighbors have also been a key role in the adaptation. If you find good neighbors for you to help you adapt and welcoming, they have been very welcoming in the first year. I found good neighbors. And one of my friends from Mexico, she attends to a church. And I remember that the first month, while we were looking for housing, the community where she attended to church helped us with furniture. They invited us to dinner. They helped us with finding cookware. They donated a lot of things. So we found that like very nice from people around here. You can go ahead, slide. And another way that I shared my community and adapted it was cultural exchange moments. So as you know, EPI has two cross-cultural activities, and one virtual that we always do every year, and the other one where we do a presentation as you saw in the video. So this is some of the pictures that I'm sharing of presentations that I've done in the few years. And not only students are excited, but families also participate. They collaborate on bringing snacks or food if you ask them to. Okay, well, for everyone here, the new teachers, just be patient with yourself. Remember that the first semester will be the hardest. It's true. You have to say yes to cultural exchange opportunities, ask for help early, even before coming. Just make sure I remember I talked to my colleague, one of the first grade teachers, and I emailed every single day, like, hey, should I just send this poster? Should I just, what should I do with the students in the first year? And she was telling me, meet the teacher. That's something that we don't know in Colombia. We don't usually do meet the teacher day. And I was like, what do we do? And she was, relax, just come here and I will help you. And I'm like, no, I want to be prepared in advance. And of course, well, just, of course, you have to be relaxed, but it helped me a lot. Just talk to her, like, what can I expect? What am I going to find when I get into the classroom? Prioritize your self-care. When you get here, don't overload yourself with just work or everything, but just try to find, the first thing that I did was find a gym. And I said, I have to go to the gym just to do exercise for myself, well-being, and just find activities that you really like to do. So that's something that I really suggest when you come here. Even if you feel overwhelmed with doing work and house, just try to balance that. Just the first thing, the first week, we all the friends found a gym so we can go together. Remember why you started this process and build routines, because they will really sell you. So just build your routines, have your plan. And I don't know if I missed anything. Maybe I did, but I hope it helped.
Again, we are so very thankful to Monica for taking the time to share with us her experiences living in the US and teaching in the US. I know hearing the perspective from one of our teachers is so valuable. So again, we're very thankful to her. So we're going to keep the conversation going and answer some of your questions. I've been looking for ones that have been coming to the chat. So my first one is going to be to Carrie. And that question is there an age limit?
There is no age limit, so you just need to meet all the requirements and you will be eligible to our program.
Thank you. And Jessica, this one is going to be for you. I saw this question come in. Someone wanted to know, where is orientation?
Yeah, so we have orientation in 2 states. We have one in Florida for all of our Florida teachers, because Florida can be quite a drive from the other states that we work in. So we have one specifically for our Florida teachers, and then all of our other teachers will have orientation in North Carolina.
Thank you. And Lucy, I'm going to field this one over to you. Someone asked if schools are only looking for Spanish teachers right now, or are they needing teachers in other subjects?
So EPI hires teachers in all subjects taught in K through 12 schools, and there's a wide variety. So we mentioned some of the subjects that are most needed, and we do love our language teachers, we love our Spanish teachers, ESL teachers, but there are many other jobs available in other subjects like science, math, art.
Awesome. And as a follow-up to that, this just came in. Are we hiring teachers for the 2026-2027 school year?
Yes, so we are still doing interviews. Like we mentioned, our placement interviews are usually January through the summer. So if you're able to get your application in and get all the requirements and get through the process, you have an opportunity to be in principal interviews and have a placement for the next school year.
Thank you. And Carrie, this is another one for you. And that is, can teachers bring their family with them when they come to the US?
Yes, you can bring your family. They will receive a J2 visa. And J2 dependents must be a legally married spouse or a child under the age of 21 years old.
Thank you. And Jessica, I think I have one more question for you. And that is, how well does an international teacher need to know and speak English?
Sorry, I was muted. So we recommend that all of our teachers have strong English skills. That's not just for the classroom, but you're going to be in your community speaking English as well. We do not require a test to assess that unless you will need one for your teaching license, which we will tell you later. To assess your English skills when we do those interviews that I talked about, the pre-screen and the teacher qualification interview, that's when we will decide, if we just feel like you have strong English skills.
And Carrie, I think I have one last question for you. And is there an application fee?
No, we don't have any application fee.
Awesome. Okay, and Lucy, where can someone learn more about what it is like as a teacher in the USA?
That's my favorite question. So you can follow us on our social media. So we have Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can see we try to highlight a lot of stories. We have Monica highlighted, we have Milton, as you saw, and then teachers with all subjects. And we also do more feature blogs and in-depth interviews with teachers on our website. But I will post the links to all of our channels in the chat if you'd like to learn more.
Thank you, Lucy. And Austin, I think I have a question for you. And that is, it's one that comes up sometimes, and that is, let me make sure I read it correctly. That is, what kind of assistance is provided in pre-arrival, as well as support for teachers after they have started the school year?
Yeah, so in pre-arrival, before you arrive to the US, typically upwards of like 3 to 6 months before your expected US arrival date, you will be connected with an onboarding representative who will kind of help you through the steps and assist you with like things like securing housing, having a good transportation plan in place, such as like carpooling or how to purchase your own vehicle, stuff like that. And then even so, after you arrive to the US, that's when our support specialist team, especially, which is comprised of most of the people in there are former teachers in the US classroom, so they can help you with like lesson planning or classroom management, stuff like that, where they'll be able to work with you at any point in time after you arrive as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Austin. So for those of you who may have joined late, we are recording today's presentation. An email will be going out by the end of the week with the link to the recording, as well as some of our more frequently asked questions. And on that, I am going to pass it back to Jessica.
Okay, so we are coming to the end of the presentation today, but before you go, we do have one last video to show you about the impact cultural exchange has on our teachers and their U.S. communities. So here is what our teachers say about their time in the United States.
I came here without knowing anything, just all the confidence that EPI provided to me.
I am very grateful and thankful for EPI support. We know that they are there, and that's a very reassuring feeling.
It is so important for us to learn about other people and their culture.
Cultural exchange is a way to showcase your own richness and vastness culture, at the same time get more knowledge from your students.
That makes you grow as a teacher and as a person,
I think that every teacher that has the chance needs to take this chance because it's pure growth.
Teaching with EPI, for me, was the best opportunity.
Every time that you think you have a challenge, EPI comes with something to help you.
I would like everybody to consider seriously joining EPI because it opened doors to all these new experiences to me that are really rewarding.
Okay, and that is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions about continuing your application, please don't hesitate to email us at team@teachwithepi.com. I think Carrie has put that in the comments as well in the chat. You will also be receiving a follow-up email from us that will have a recording with this presentation and another follow-up email that will be inviting you to an engagement call to talk to one of our admissions specialists one-on-one about your application. Thank you so much again for joining us. It was great having you here, and have a good day, everyone.
Bye, everyone.